Yes, sir. Welcome back. Good to see you. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thursday, the 20th of November, 2025. It's your host, Lorenzo here with the LTA Concepts Trading Warm-Up for you for free live on this YouTube channel 3 days a week. Looking forward to host you once again. Today we have something special coming up. And that is, let's get straight to freaking work, guys. Good to see you all. The NFP data. Right, the NFP is what we're going to talk about today here. But before we get there, good to see you. Welcome back to the streams. Hope you're doing well here. Make sure you smash up that like button. You hit the subscribe if you're new to this channel. And most importantly, you download the trading warm-up so you actually know what the fuck we're doing here. Okay? Good to see you. Welcome back. Jacques, Nap, my G, Ankit. Good to see you, Noah. Jonica, good day, good day. ADC Corto, my G. Love you, bro. Good to see you, man. Marwan, good to see you, Marius, my friend, the LTA Strategos. Akasha, Harky, good to see you, my man. Franklin, good to see you. What's up? A lot of familiar faces, as always. I love that shit. That's why we're here, right? We're here to support you guys. No matter the cost. Also, we have, of course, our big G's right here with us in the trading floor here. We have our Ryu, we have our Vanessas right now also in the trading floor active. So we're ready to analyze. We're ready to rock and roll today. I'm looking forward to it here. Keep in mind, today is obviously the NFP. All right, let me actually lower it right there a little bit. There we go. Nice. Today's NFP, baby. All right, 13 minutes left. 40 non-par payrolls. Finally, freaking finally. I mean, it's still the September data, right? So anything can happen here. I do expect some negative data actually during the month of October, but we will see about September here. So it's still lagging information. Keep that in mind here. Is the market going to respond to that? We're going to find out right now. The most important thing is the industrial jobless claims and the non-farm payrolls are extremely important because this is where everyone right now is focused on. Everyone is focused on the labor data, right? And this is going to be something that will have an impact on the dollar if the data comes out really good or really bad. So that's something that we're going to try to figure out here. The dollar is currently, and this is an important factor right now, in higher time frame supply. The dollar tapped into the higher time frame supply zone. As you guys can see, we tapped into this again. We were bullish for days, pretty much since the opening here on a Monday. We just have been rallying, man. We have been rallying. We left this major zone up right now, major area of support. But for now, we are tapping into higher time frame supply, but we're still looking strong. On the lower time frame, we're still holding up really well. So that is the dollar right now at the moment. I'm really looking forward to this news release and to see what kind of impact this will have on the market here. The euro, the US dollar has been, of course, coming down here. Look at the euro US dollar, by the way, on the daily time frame. This is very interesting we are reaching this daily area of the month very, very soon. I'm very curious to see what will happen if price does tap into that exact level right here at 115. If that reacts or something like that happens where we tap into that and the dollar comes down because of the news or whatever the case may be, right? That might be an interesting thing to look at, right? The EURUSD is something on my list for that reason, because of that higher time frame demand that's coming very, very close right now. It's a very strong area of support potentially to look at. But for now, let's take this back to the lower time frame and see what happens, man. See what happens during the NFP. See if we can actually, you know, make some moves, man. Some volatility today. That would be nice. Anaisha says, I lost my account yesterday for your signal. I'm very sorry to hear that. Unfortunately, we're going to lose trades on this channel. There is no doubt about that. The number one thing I can recommend you is to understand the strategy, number one. And secondary is to just always manage risk. I think that is the better way to do it here. Okay. People won early in the week. We lost yesterday. We'll go over that trade as well, by the way, again. We're going to talk about this in a second. But, you know, that's just part of the game right there. For gold, let's talk about it right away, by the way. Because gold has been coming down here. Yesterday, we were looking at longs. What happened? Price rolled over. It came back down. It came back up. But what kind of setup came after that? Okay? What kind of setup came after that? If some of you guys can see that shit, then it was really, really clean. All right, so yes, it rolled over, but then later, it actually confirmed another setup right here. And that is that CME play, right? So that initial CRC that we're looking for failed, right? We got rejected. Price broke down here. It rolled over. It pulled back. It did what? It came back into this range again, that same freaking range from yesterday. And if we mark out the volume profile and we have these key levels and we mark out, let's say, the value area low right around here, okay? Right around there. We tapped into that and we sold off. Boom. Look at that reaction, man. Oh my God. So sometimes you can turn a loser into a winner, right? By just understanding the alternative, right? The plan B. It happened a little bit later. It took some time, but you can see how beautiful that range was and how important ranges are every freaking time when you look at it right here. So what did we do? We actually tapped into this range right here. Look at that range. Let's mark out this range right here. Use the volume profile from the left to the right. Let's see where we tapped into and look at the point of control right there. Whoop, the fixed POC. Let's actually tap into that zone here. Boom. And look at what happened there. Okay. Price stepped into the point of control. Price stepped into the point of control. Right around there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Over and over again, right? So what I can recommend you is instead of just always blindly following someone like me, test it out for yourself and see if it works. And see if you see the potential in it. And if that's the case, I think you have a really good way of kicking off your trading journey, your trading career, and actually, you know, succeeding in some sort of. That would be nice. That would be nice. But anyways, for now, we're going to watch the NFP first. See where gold takes us right now. It's pretty rangy at this current moment on gold. I think the euro US dollar looks much cleaner, to be honest with you. But we're going to find out right here. Okay, what I do like on the euro USD, or sorry, on gold right now, is if we use this indicator, the limitless LTA concept session breaks and New York Stock Exchange open here, then you can see that we have, let me see if this, is it working? Yeah, it should be working right now, right? Let me actually set it up. The Sunday open right here, okay? That means we're back above, at least on spot, on the CFD chart, we're back above the opening price of the week. So that means that if you look here at the weekly candle, right? How the weekly candle has shaped. So for example, actually mark this out right here. And let's highlight these ones so you understand what I see here. Boom. If it works. Yeah, okay. So this was the Monday, all right? Let me know if you guys can see that right here. This was the Monday. This was the Tuesday. And this is the Wednesday, okay? So we have Monday, we have Tuesday, and we have Wednesday right here. So what happened with gold? Overall, Monday, we were ranging around the opening price of the week, and then we closed bearish, okay? Then Tuesday came, it took out the previous daily low, price came back to the Sunday open. It couldn't break above the Sunday open until Wednesday. Wednesday, we create the top. We started to push up here. I thought, great, that's a bullish confirmation right now. We are pushing up higher, we're creating demand, we're ranging, we're trending. Everything looks good here. Price is pushing above the Sunday open here. Bottom wick already was set on the weekly. And then price came down again, rolled over, used the Sunday open again as that resistance. And you can see how important the opening price of the week is, right? Every time it taps into either support or into that resistance right here. And now we're once again back above the Sunday open. So that means the weekly candle is green on the gold chart at this current moment. So I'm very curious to see what happens right now. We're going to sit out the NFP here. I have no expectations for a specific trade setup on gold. On the euro, I'm much more keen to see if we can trade that setup if we do see a move here. But keep in mind, today is the NFP, okay? That means you're going to see a lot of volatility. And if you are at the verge of blowing your prop firm challenge, or you are now nearing a profit target or very close to your profit target, the NFP might not be the best day to trade. So if you want to trade just because of trading, then that's your decision here. But keep in mind, it's the NFP. So the setup, in my opinion, for me, has to be really nice, really clean, and has to be absolutely perfect for me to take the setup. That is just out of my experience. Just what I've noticed in the past trading, things like the NFP, the FOMC, all that stuff here. The good thing is, though, you can get a lot of really good information out of each session, because each news release, due to the fact that you most likely, or in most cases, I could better say, potentially could set a new trends, or whatever the case may be here. So how many minutes do we have left? Let's see. 4 minutes, geez. 4 minutes. Four minutes. Do you not also think there was a liquidity grab when we bought yesterday? Liquidity is everywhere, my man. That's what people don't get. Liquidity is everywhere. Liquidity is everywhere. Yesterday's dip was a golden touch of the previous weekly POC. I didn't tap into the previous weekly POC, if I'm correct. Or did it? No, it did not. It actually broke back above. We have this range, though. This is what you're referring to. This range, right? That was the thought process. Price came into that and it got rejected from that range. Three minutes. This is always the thing, right? When we win, like, people are not asking like, oh, maybe this could have been better or that could have been better. But when we lose a trade, it's always like, you know, everyone is obsessed with the last trade you take. I'm like, bro, forget about the last trade. Just focus on the bigger picture. Focus on the bigger picture. Don't be obsessed and don't dedicate your life to a singular trade. Don't never put your whole account on a single trade as well. Don't even follow my trades at all. That's my recommendation to you. I'm just here trading live on stream. I decide to trade live because I've been doing it for years. I've built up a community of thousands of members This way, we're able to build an amazing group of friends that I trade with every day in my community. So just, if you can get something out of my streams, then take that, right? Take that information and use it. I wrote a whole book for you for free to learn, to study everything that you need to know. So you can test it out yourself as well here. Don't come here just for an individual trade here. There are a lot of guys out there that stream live, that trade live every day, and that take 5 or 10 trades every day. So there are a lot of other guys to learn from as well, if this is what you're looking for, right? This is all I can say here. And I'm not only saying that when we lose, I also say that when we win, because it's what we stand for. All right, NFP baby, let's go. Come on. Price is waiting. Price is waiting. Positive. Wow. Okay. Obviously, it's positive right here. Let's see what happens in November, in October and November, though. Let's see what price does. Decent. 5 minute on dollar pushing. It's actually nothing special here. Gold is coming down a little bit here. Pushing around the Sunday open. We have this smaller range on gold right here, right? That smaller range. We might have to take that range in consideration, to be honest. Right there. Mark this one out right here. Dollar pushing higher with this positive news. Euro pushing down. This is what I'm still looking at right now. Daily time frame. Waiting for the euro to tap into that zone on 1.15. Dollar dropping. Isn't that interesting, geez? Isn't that interesting? Right? This is why when the news comes out here, and specifically the unemployment rate came out a bit higher, as well as the NFP came out higher as well here. So from both sides, it should equalize each other, to be honest. Dollar in supply, euro in demand, or close to demand. Nasdaq pushing higher. Gold is kind of holding up. Gold is kind of holding up. I remember a year after year and a half back, you used to stream crypto. You still do that, or did you leave the scene? Right now, I'm super invested in crypto. I'm still invested in crypto, but I haven't been that actively with trading crypto right now at this current moment. Nope, not really. Just investing. I have been taking some Bitcoin trades here and there. All right, gold is still above the opening price of the week. It's still holding above the Sunday open right now. It's actually still holding above that range here. Respecting the Sunday open. Pretty mixed overall. Pretty mixed data coming out here. Unemployment is stable. The employment rate came out a little bit higher, and the NFP came out better. So more jobs creation, more jobs created. Yet the employment rate came out also, or unemployment rate, sorry, came out a little bit higher as well. So yeah, What I'm waiting for is the month of October. True side, Lorenzo, look how gold is respecting that 12-hour trend. Yeah, it's kind of holding up nicely, right? I agree with you. What is going to be the next data? The next data is going to be probably the FOMC data again. Everyone is going to be focused and obsessed with, are we going to see a rate cut, yes or no? If that's the case, what's the percentage of that happening? And if that percentage is high, then there is a big chance, of course, that the dollar will face some difficulties again. Whereas right now, Jerome Powell kind of gave us that feeling that we might not see a rate cut by the end of the year. So that might be the reason, or one of the reasons, why the dollar was also significantly stronger over the last couple of weeks. Lorenzo, when was the last time you traded news? When was the last time I traded news? When was actually the last time I streamed news live? When I actually traded live on stream, trading news. It's very interesting. I remember it was like at least on stream. I mean, a year ago, I guess, because we took a little break from streaming, right? That was funny though. There's some good times though. I don't recommend anyone to do what I did at that time on stream. Just saying. Claudine says, what was the reason of the break? Which break, my friend? Let me know. Which break are you referring to? What made you take a break from streaming? Yeah, I took a year break, or 12 months, or 11 months actually, after streaming for 3 years. Trade, because I wanted to write a book. I wanted to write a book because I felt that I couldn't properly project the information, and I wanted to compile the information in a perfect and concise manner. And this is where that book came out of. It took some time with our team to develop that book, get back to the drawing board, and then get back to the streams. Yes, sir. I remember your last news trade. We missed that trade by 1 pip. I remember that too. I remember that too. I remember that too. All right, dollar looks, let's go to the dollar real quick, because right now it's actually getting very interesting here. If you look at the dollar on the daily time frame, you know, we obviously are in that higher time frame resistance right now. We knew this already beforehand. Look at that weekly supply zone. We got rejected there already so many times here. We see that right here in May 26th, then here in July, then here in November, beginning of November, and then now again we're back at that same major area of resistance. And at the same time, now the NFP is coming out and price is kind of rejecting again from that same level. So this is kind of that range that I was waiting for, or at least looking at right now, right? We see this push, and now we're seeing the breakdown. So if we pull back and we struggle here, right? We do something like this and we actually struggle. I would love to see then a potential trade setup coming to fruition, specifically from that smaller range that we can find right there. And then the question is, what do we trade against that? Is that going to be the euro, or is that going to be gold? If you look at the euro right now, what you can see on the euro very clearly, that's one thing that I'm noticing right now, is that on the 15-minute, have a very clean range that has been formed here, which we definitely can utilize. I mean, we have done that so many times in the past, where price ranges, London open, right? It comes up, sets in the top, we set in the bottom, we take out the lows, then we come up, we break structure, and then we look for the pullback, right? And then the continuation. Pretty much the same play over and over again, actually, that we just repeat as well here. So I do find it very interesting to see what happens here. Some people would argue that this might be the range, the larger range overall. And we kind of have to utilize both to see which one fits best. This is where we got rejected from before already, as you guys can see here. So I'm very curious what happens around this level, the 115,290. And then see what we can do from there, because I think that dollar, if the dollar does drop and the euro does come up here, we'll figure out what happens then. Okay, gold is respecting that range and the Sunday open, but this is where it's at for me. It's the dollar, it's the pullback to really confirm if the dollar actually is weaker or comes down. That's it. Hey Lorenzo, when will the book be available to buy? You mean the physical book? We don't have a correct date yet. We're still waiting for a couple things here. We have provided all the information, so we should have it soon. We should have it soon. Just so you guys know, we're not going to make any money on the book itself, right? The book is free. It should be free. But some people want to have like the physical version of it. And if you want to have that too, then you can get it. You have to pay for that, of course. But we'll not be making any money on that book whatsoever. That's not the intention, at least. Joshua says, I'm not staying around, just dropping by to drop a like. I appreciate that, my friend. Good to see you again. In the meantime, what I want to do is I want to see what the guys in the trading floor are up to right now and what they're currently are looking at. So we're going to talk to them in a second here and see what they're doing. Because I think that, we can definitely find some alignment today with the trading floor to see what the guys are looking at. And, to see how we go from there. Do you expect some impact from the 4 p.m., from those 4 p.m. news? I don't know what 4 p.m. is in your time zone. Lorenzo, do you use the previous daily volume profile as well? Mainly only when we're trending. All right, it's in the book. Usually when we're trending, we're utilizing the previous daily levels as price pulls back. I actually made a video about that on my channel, on my IG as well. Yes, sir. Good questions today. Good questions today. I like that. I like it. All right, let's see what the guys in the trading floor are up to right now. See what these guys are looking at today. And see if we can find some alignment as well here. So let's give it a go here. What's happening, G's? What's happening?
What's happening, Lorenzo?
How are you doing, bro?
Great.
Amazing, amazing. So, hi, Vanessa. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. We've been patient with the news. We did good.
I understand. Good job. Amazing. So is there anything that you guys are seeing now that the dollar is breaking down here from that weekly supply?
I'm paying attention to New Zealand dollar at the moment if it pulls back to this range again.
Yes.
It could make a nice CRC as well. Also, the reason would be if you look at the futures, it got rejected very clean from the 12-hour demand down here and immediate rejection here. So this is gonna be more like a pullback trade up into that daily supply again.
Okay, cool. So you want to see some sort of pullback on the 15-minute?
Yes, pullback to that range and potentially rejecting from that fixed value high and creates a CRC here.
Okay, okay. So what about the... can you look at the pound for me for a second here? The pound against the dollar? And see what you think?
Yeah, exactly. Pound is something I'm looking at as well.
It's a little bit stronger than euro.
Yeah, it looks a bit stronger today in general. I like the euro too, but the pound already tapped into the demand as well, right? That's why I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the daily, indeed.
For me, the euro also did tap. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
All right, well, let's see what happens around these setups here. Clearly, it's, you know, any of these like Forex pairs right now, the pound against the dollar, the euro against the dollar, New Zealand dollar maybe as well. Let's see if the dollar can actually confirm that weakness right now. But it looks like a CME play, but we'll have to figure that out. You guys agree?
Yeah,
Yes,
it would
agree.
make sense since we're still in that weekly supply, so we weren't out of it yet, and so yeah, reversals were a possibility. This would completely validate these setups, these long setups now.
All right, all right. Yeah, we'll test how clean the price action is today. And if it's not clean, we'll just stay patient. We just follow our rules. We don't execute anything if it's you know, we're not going to force anything that we don't have to force. There are opportunities all the time, every day, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Perfect. Okay. See you guys shortly.
Take care.
See you. Take care.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, similar. Depending on the dollar here, if you can actually roll over, continue to drop or get rejected right now, that will give us a really nice confirmation. But for now, it seems to be ranging. Right, it seems to not having that follow through yet. So I think that's an important thing here. A big shout out to the guys in the trading floor, absolute legends, for coming to us, putting in the work here. We have Marius, we have Ryu. You guys are gonna hear a lot more from Ryu as well. He's been killing it in Telegram. Vanessa, one of our female OGs right now, absolutely killing the markets here and knowing exactly what she's looking at. And many more guys in the trading floor that are there every single day throughout the London and the New York sessions. So the beautiful thing about it is we're now at a stage where I could just ask questions and say, what do you think about this? Oh yeah, it makes sense. Okay. What do you think about that? Oh yeah, okay. Perfect. Ankit says, Lorenzo, thank you for the giveaway yesterday. Originally, I was $239 away from purchasing a funded account, but now I have it thanks to you. Awesome, IG. I'm very happy with that. Congratulations with the giveaway. We're gonna do obviously more giveaways in the near future as well. Shout out to Ronak also for last week's trade. Ronak, we have so many legends in our group. Yeah, it's soon it will be time for me to just, you know, to build that platform. To let them go free. Lardo of Martian says, is the Telegram free? The Telegram is free. Well, it actually costs $400, but if you want to get access for free, you need to open an account with one of our brokers. We have Vantage in particular, which is the broker that I use. If you deposit $350 on that account, then you can get access for free in our group as well here, because we provide you with the information. You trade on that account. A similar thing than paying $400 upfront to join our Telegram and to look at all the setups here, obviously. So yeah, what do you get? Obviously, you get, you know, the full market breakdowns on a day-to-day basis here, video update, trade reviews, educational sessions, things that I post on a day-to-day basis, also in the VIP. Sometimes I simply record a session from the trading floor or from the VIP. You can actually see the full process as well. And of course, trades, right? Trade ideas and setups. So that's kind of what we're looking for right around there. Okay. So many killers, so many winners in our group. Truth Seeker, New Zealand dollar short win. Key factors, New Zealand dollar has been looking extremely weak. Yeah, very. Many guys traded the euro too. Shorted the euro too. EURUSD here we go. So many. So many. All right, this is what I wanted to see, to be honest, from the dollar here. I kind of want to see that rejection from that, like we talked about. Isn't this interesting, right? Gold is also setting up really nicely. I like the euro too. Isn't this interesting? If you go now to the dollar, where are we reacting from, G's? Where are we reacting from? You guys can probably see it already, right? You can see that from this range right here. The range, geez, the range. Let's take this to futures so you can actually, let's take this one. All right, and let's mark out this range right now from the left to the right. Where are we gonna reject this from? From the point of freaking control, right? That is a bearish sign. If you can close this candle bearish, that is in my opinion a good sign. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. I like that. I like that. Jason says, Asian session done, 25 pips since, and then just enjoying life. That's it, man. One trade a day keeps the doctor away. That's what we say all the time. I agree with you. Yo, jeez.
Oh, what's up, G?
Yo.
Hey, Lorenzo.
You guys see the dollar? Kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, it
Yes.
seems like now it's still just yeah, trying to stabilize in the volatility, and then after that a true direction will show, and
Yeah.
maybe that will be after the New York Stock Exchange open. So yeah, for now we're patient.
Yeah, exactly. What he does says that was the smallest NFP move I've ever seen, and yet the results were so positive. I expected gold to melt with those numbers. Yeah, funny that it didn't though, right? And it's funny that the dollar does the opposite as well here. But you know, we can also see at the same time that the unemployment rate was higher too. Lorenzo, I took a buy earlier. Now price is rolling over. I'm in drawdown. What do I do? I mean, there are a couple things that you can do. You can set your stop loss somewhere where it makes sense and not risk too much, so you understand exactly why. If you follow the rules, then you trust the process, right? Then just cut it or leave the trade or whatever you want to do. It's hard to give you advice when you are already in a trade because you made the decision beforehand to enter. If I enter a trade, I'm fully committed. I'm fully committed. I am patient, but once I enter a trade, I'm committed. For now, there's nothing happening. It's pretty much moving on the 1 minute. We're in the range. It's pretty freaking flat. And every time when it does go, it pulls back right away. Right? That's kind of the conclusion right now at the moment here on Goldie. A dollar, same thing. However, I do like how the dollar took out these highs here. How it then flipped. What's up? Sure, welcome to the stream. How it flipped bearish. But how we not, and this is the other important layer, how we not close below after flipping bearish. So I do like how we got rejected by that range. Now we're trying to flip bearish. But that closure below will be very nice because that means that the euro will most likely close above a blue line that you see here. And that blue line is something that we can use or utilize at least, something that I like to see, which is that one here. I'm gonna look quickly if there are a couple other, you know, potential dollar pairs as well. Not just the EURUSD, but also things like, which one they marked out? Dollar CAD, for example. Look at the dollar CAD. Very interesting, right? We have that range. We have that rejection. And we are breaking down at this current moment as well here. Hi Lorenzo, do you see any difference between tick volume and real volume? When we plot volume profile in futures and CFDs, there's a slight difference. May I know what is your view? You're absolutely correct. It is a proxy. It is tick based or tick volume based. Funny enough, even most of the futures data that is considered to be real volume is also actually tick based, which is kind of interesting. The X feed is one of them. It's also some sort of proxy. If you want to have a real volume, you should go for like Rhythmic, right? Futures data or anything in that matter. But from my experience, I've been working with the volume profile on the 1 chart, on the CFD chart for a long time, for years. You can go back years on my channel, interviews with Trading and everything. I utilized the 1 chart years ago. And I've been working successfully with that for myself. So that is just personal experience. But when it comes down to real volume and real data, futures, Rhythmic is something that I would suggest, especially if you're a futures trader by default, right? Giorgio, thank you for the sub, my G. Welcome. Good to see you. Dollar didn't close below that level here, so the dollar is still holding up. Gold is struggling to push higher, so a lot of people that went buying right after the NFP right now are probably in drawdown. All right, we're very close. I think we're very close here. Stacy says NFP is always high risk and high reward. Yes, sir. I agree. So manage your risk wisely, my friends. Can someone tell me what his strategy is? My G, welcome to the stream. This is your first time. Our strategy is called LTA Concepts. It's a strategy built around the macro fundamentals, higher time frame supply and demand, and for the trades, the actual execution, we utilize a tool called the volume profile, and we're looking at very specific trading patterns on the lower time frame, the 30-minute, 15-minute, the 1 hour sometimes as well, and we execute from there. And if you want to learn more about that, you can download the book. It's in the description right here. We can also show you how you can actually draw the volume profile correctly, and you start backtesting this for yourself right here. And it is this tool right there, okay? And you can draw that over a range. You can draw that over a previous day. We have multiple different ways of how to utilize the volume profile properly, and how you can actually take trades from that. That makes sense. So Mari says, I just posted my yen trade in the win section. Would you take this trade? In the VIP, G? Hey Lorenzo, are you still doing boxing? Yes, I still box, my friends.
Look, saint versus sinners, the poor versus riches, top ramen place versus 5-star dinners. Wonder why I fit in the humblest beginnings. Had to take some losses before I saw my first winnings. Silver line grinning, poverty line thinning. My life is like a movie and the plot just thickened. Came from broken homes trying to break the old traditions. Left my old ways for my future.
All right, dollar doesn't really want to break through that major level. That's kind of what we want to see here. It is so tempting to take that short, for example, on the dollar cap, knowing that the dollar looks weaker. But every time when the dollar pushes into that level, we find support and we manage to kind of not close below it. When it comes down to gold, gold is breaking back below the Sunday open again here. So to be really honest with you guys, I think it's just going to be a rangy day today. I think we're going to just be in a range. The opening of the session here was relatively spicy during the NFP news here. But we don't really see that follow through at this current moment. Or at least I don't really see the follow through that I want to see here. Because otherwise we would have probably already seen that move happening here. Now we do have the New York Stock Exchange open. That might cause some volatility later on. But as of now, we can see that the dollar is still holding up quite well here. Okay. Morvika says, bro, trading gold got me stressed out. It's like having a complicated relationship, right? That's kind of how it feels sometimes. Higher highs and lower lows. Higher highs and lower lows, my friend. It's true. It's true. It's true. Basically, I see gold melting to 4K over the week. I mean, it definitely is not holding up and not looking too strong. The only difference is that the dollar is going to determine that. The dollar is really going to help us with that overall directional bias here, right? Hi Lorenzo, joining your live from the first time from Nigeria. What's up, my friend? You're from Lagos? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome to the streams, man. Hope you're doing well, bro. Are you up this month or in drawdown? In drawdown? No, we're up. After the payout we got, we decided to stand back for a second with the futures top step account. We still have that here, right? Our futures top step. accounts right here, our funded accounts are 750K funding. And I decided to focus a little bit more on trading my personal account right now at this current moment on the spot, the CFD. So I'm playing around with it a little bit right here, right? So if I see something nice, I take it on like the funded account. At the same time, I have my personal account. I can play around with it. I like that. I like that freedom. I like that freedom. And what's even better is funneling prop firm payouts to your personal account. Are you long or short on gold right now? I'm not in position because we're literally in a range. We're flattening out. To be honest, I think it's gonna be a little bit of a shorter session today, guys. It's the NFP here. I do not want to enforce a trade during the NFP if it's just ranging. You know, I recently heard about a study that was actually done, right? Where gamblers, like guys that are gambling, they get more dopamine from pressing the button, or let's say, you know, the casino button, right? The blackjack, whatever. They get more dopamine from pressing that button than the actual outcome. Think about that, right? So they get more dopamine from pressing that button instead of the actual outcome of whatever they bet on, right? And we're talking about the casino right now, these bettors, right? These gamblers. It's a kind of interesting study, and I think trading is very similar. A lot of people get dopamine and feel good after placing the trade rather than focusing on the outcome of the trade itself, which is very interesting to think about. And when there is no trade during the NFP, for example, when it's ranging, it's good to understand what's happening. But then you should ask yourself the question, is it truly worth it? Or can I simply come back the next day where I just know that my chances are going to be higher? And then I will probably succeed better. So yeah, gonna wait for this 50-minute close. Let's see if the dollar magically flips, turns around, breaks below. We'd probably see some action here, but for now it seems to be kind of all over the place as well. Cliff says NFP was September numbers. I just realized we're that behind. Exactly, it's pretty nuts, right? We're one month behind pretty much, so we need one more release. And trust me, I don't have a good feeling about the October release, to be honest with you. Because if you heard what happened, right, in October and November in terms of these layoffs, these major layoffs from these major corporations, then I'm very curious to see what happens here. And if you don't know what happened, right, apparently, like, big companies like Amazon, they laid over, what, 30,000 jobs just because they can optimize one thing better. Think about that, one thing better with AI, or because of AI. So the conclusion is AI is going to take over, and it's going to take all our freaking jobs. So that's why I'm trading. That's why I continuously trade, because I believe that I feel that I have more room trading. Because trading is binary. It's either up or it's down. There's always going to be a loser in this game. Hopefully. And if there's going to be a loser, there's going to be a winner. So because of that, I rather focus on trading. But people that have like hard-working jobs right now, you know, they're all scared that AI is going to take over. And watch what happens when these fucking robots come, okay? So your goal right now is to step up your game, make 2026 worth it, because we're almost there already, and actually change something in your motherfucking life, all right? I think that's the best thing to do so. The exponential. The exponential. I think if you are active right now in the trading space, I think we're in a good industry, man. I think this industry is going to grow. I think the bubble is going to grow and bigger. It's going to be apparently over 25 million new retail traders are coming each year. Think about that. 25 million new retail traders. Not just on futures or Forex, sorry, but just in general, right? It's massive, absolute massive. And the reason is that most of these traders, they look for an alternative, right? They look for an alternative source of income. So we're trying to be ahead here. Lorenzo, is trading for introverts? Yeah, I guess so. I guess it is for introverts, yes. Not always though, right? Not always. But I guess it is in many ways. The thing about it is, trading can be very lonely. If you're trading by yourself, right? And this is why we have our community, guys, where we created our trading floor. There's nothing better than trading live with your friends every day. There is nothing better than that. Imagine that you're with your group of friends, you're in the chat, you're talking, you're having fun, you know each other very well, you follow the same strategy, you know that strategy deeply, you know that strategy works, and you just come every day and you put in the freaking work. All right, 50-minute close, you guys. We didn't close below. We are kind of hovering around here. We might see some impulse during the New York Stock Exchange Open, but I think I'm going to keep the stream shorter today, much shorter than usual. 1 hour, just because current market conditions here. I'm going to give it another shot later on, once we're back on the next stream, because I can see already from this standpoint here that we might see an expansion here. But it's very rangy, it's very stoppy. It's all over the place here. We close the top, we close in the bottom. We're in the middle again. We need volatility, right? Volatility equals opportunity. That's what we're looking for. Not gonna force anything right there, okay? So if you're new to this channel, we're gonna drop a lot of educational content here very soon on this channel here. So if you're interested about learning, instead of trading, always trading or live trading, you're also interested in learning about what we teach, and that is the understanding of the higher time frame in combination with the lower time frame volume. Like, how does the market actually work from a buying or selling standpoint, right? Who is in control, buyers or sellers, and how do you execute trades? And how can you turn that into a very clear system? If you find it interesting, what I would recommend to do already is to download this book right here. It's free. It is in the description right now. We're going to post it in the chat as well here. Download this book. It's a 300 pages. So you're not going to read this in a day. You're not going to read this in a week. It's going to take time for you to study. But if you're serious about it here, then this is going to be an absolute freaking game changer for you. Okay? Use that information. Come back to the streams. Looking forward to see you on the next one. And also, okay, if you're serious about trading outside of the live streams as well here, and you want to get access to our setups, trading setups, and everything that we have as well here, you can also join our Telegram. Okay, the Telegram is $400 to join, but you can get free access if you have a Vantage account. Super easy. Just sign up, deposit $350 on your own account, and if you already have a Vantage account, it's even easier, because then you can simply reach out to us and we can link it right away. Okay, so click on the Telegram link. We'll drop it here in the description, and you get into our Telegram right here. We drop a bunch of setups there every single day for you as well, and I think that's the best bridge for you to learn. Okay, you have the book, you understand it, you now can work with us in the Telegram, and we go from there, and we'll be back on the live streams as well next week. We do 3 streams a week. I'm looking forward to see you there, and yeah, let's see what happens in the market right now, and hopefully we're going to see some more volume, some more volatility incoming here. Okay, Yassine, thank you for coming, my G. Good to see you. As always, you're here all the time. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you putting in the work all the freaking time. I really do. I really do. Even when you're here come to chill, you're always here, man. You're always here, my friend. Hamza, good to see you. Franklin, good to see you. Harky, shout out to you, my G. Spot moment. Hope your challenge is going well. Let me know how's it going. No pressure though, no pressure. I know you got a challenge, but no pressure, my G. No pressure. Steiny, good to see you. Thank you for coming. A lot to learn. Let's get to work. And let's, you know, change our freaking lives. Let's actually make it happen. Consistency is everything, G's. Following a clear process is everything you will see very soon. That aha moment, once that aha moment is there, will come. We can take it to the next level. All right. Thank you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day here. I'm going to see you guys later on. Peace out. Much love. And good luck. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. See you later. Ciao.